Hi folks, welcome to or welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you subscribed. I got a message in my email box to do this video, and if you didn't know, you can drop me a note about anything. Pass the time of day if you want. Chattoexposed@aol.com. And somebody asked me to do this one by Lisa called How to Find Your Personal How to Find Your Personal Style. I'm Not a Cute Girl. Heatless Curls. Sure, it's going to be riveting. So, shall we jump into it?
Hey everyone, it's Lisa, and today is Wednesday, and I'm back. The original wing liner, big hair girl is back. So some of you may have seen Tammy's video where she did the heatless curls with her bathrobe belt. So I did it last night, and it was not, I wouldn't say it's hard, but it wasn't as easy as she made it look. I found that it was easier for me if I did not look in the mirror to keep the pieces straight, but I took it.
She found it easier by not looking. Really? When she copies somebody doing something, does she actually copy absolutely everything they do? So because Tammy looked in the mirror, you have to look in the mirror.
It out this morning and I love it. John liked it too. He was here when I took it out, and it was hilarious, just sleeping with that. So, and I have not really.
See, she must live such a quiet, what do they call it, secluded little. It was such, what did she say? It was hysterical sleeping with it. What? There was a thing the other day. She had, what did she have? A silk hat thing. Hair wrap, something, I don't know. It's, I'm gonna call John and see what he says. I'm gonna get him to get me a drink and see if he notices. Why would he notice? Why would he be remotely interested in you having a fucking silk hair turban on? And then she was like, did you see it? He went, no, I didn't know. Will it be okay if I wear it to bed? What the fuck? Really? It's like I sit there sometimes and I think, I wonder, and then it's like, no, don't go down that hole. You'll get lost.
Brushed out my curls. I actually just, let me stand up so you can see a little bit more. I actually just took the end of that comb that I got from Amazon. I love that comb. And I do that a lot. And I just took the end of the comb and kind of pulled them out, because as you can see, my hair is naturally kind of frizzy anyway, and it's just been raining here all week. So I know if I were to brush them out or really try to separate every curl, they're going to just go to frizz. So I just decided I'm going to go with the curls today. I was thinking last night what video I wanted to make today, and I was thinking, oh, I might do an easy wing liner or something like that, because I'm kind of coming right off of that video I did with Marnie, Miss Gold Girl, where we did the trading faces. And so that is like fresh in my mind. So I knew
I really need to go and find that. I vaguely remember that Marnie did absolutely everything the way Lisa did it, but Lisa did a half-assed attempt at how Marnie does hers, because she doesn't want to do what somebody else tells her to do, for one thing, and for two, she's stuck in her ways, and three, she's frightened of it. Somebody said the other day that she put highlight above her brow and she was thinking of putting a bit more, but she was scared. Really, I've had this conversation before. Washcloth, clean your face, do it again. It's not like you're going to work, is it? You're not in a fucking hurry. If you put something on you don't like the look of it, take it off.
I wanted to come back full force with my signature look: lashes, contour, wing liner, lip liner, glossy lips, tan bronzy skin, and everything, my black dress. And I was thinking about it this morning, and I was just thinking about my signature style.
She does a hell of a lot of thinking, doesn't she? I was thinking about what video I want to do. I was thinking about how to wear my. I was thinking about this. I was thinking. That's probably what takes up most of her day, isn't it? Thinking.
And just, I think what really made me think about it, I was watching a video with
Take a shot every time she says think or thinking. Dare you?
Raw Christy Beauty. And
Raw
she was doing
Beauty
a video, and at the end
Christy.
of the video, she said, you know, how many videos that
Is
she
it raw? No,
makes,
she was right. Sorry.
and they never make it to YouTube because she thinks nobody cares about this. Or how comparing yourself to others just makes you feel inadequate. And that is like a big thing here on YouTube. You cannot help but compare yourself to other YouTubers. You know, it'll be a day that you're feeling so down, and you click on and somebody else has the best thumbnail and the best video idea, and you just feel you go from hero to zero just like that. Along with that, then I was thinking of my personal style, how I came to this style and how I feel. And you know, I thought to myself, I am going to go for it. I'm going to do a video on this. I know some may not want to hear it, but I feel very, very passionate about this. And I probably have some ideas and views that you guys probably don't think that I do, you know, that will surprise you. And this might be rambly because I have so many thoughts on this. It's something that I have thought about for so long, even before you.
I'm sorry. I'm just fucking mentally counting up the thoughts and thinks and thinking. And I'd be absolutely hammered by now if I took a shot every time she'd done that.
YouTube. And I will say that, first of all, your personal style has really, one, it's always been with you, probably since you were a child. You probably have always loved basically the same thing. What changes is your confidence. And what changes.
Oh, here we go. Philosophical Lisa. You've always probably liked, so you like wing liner and lashes and high heels and short skirts when you were little. Okay.
Is your awareness of what you like, and what changes is how you react to others and how you let that affect how you think and how you dress, carry yourself, and everything else. You guys, if you've been with me here on YouTube, you have seen me. I've been here for, I guess, going on 11 years, and you have seen me go through some just horrendous style tragedies, hair tragedies, and everything else. But if you'll
Hair tragedies. Are we still harping on about the one fucking time you got your hair cut? Really? Are we still riding that bus? I have never known anyone to kick up such a fucking stink after getting their hair cut, whinging and whining and moaning and pouting. And she looked really good, but would she take no? And she never shut up until her hair grew again. And I thought, that's it, we won't hear about it. No, she's still fucking harbouring it. The back of them, oh, I'm never gonna do that again. Really? It's a fucking haircut.
notice in the last, I would say, I don't know, probably last 5 years, I have stayed basically the same. I may have tried some different looks. I may have tried some different hairstyles or something, but I've basically come to grips with how I feel the best. And I have come to grips with other people not liking it. And I would say the biggest thing that you have to come to grips with is your style is not going to be for everyone. And you have to let people know that you don't expect it to be, especially here on YouTube. I don't think that my style is for everyone. Not only do I not think everyone likes it, I don't think it would look good on everyone. I would never, ever suggest that my mom put on black wing liner and false lashes. That is not her. That is not her beauty. That's not her style. And I was thinking of so many stories when I was doing my makeup today to tell you guys, and I hope I don't forget any of them. But one time, this was years ago, probably, I would say probably 4 or 5 years ago. And see, Brooke is 20 now. So I would say, yeah, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, we were over at my mom's. And, you know, my mom was just, she's always worn makeup, always worn like mascara, maybe a little bit of eyeshadow, blush, foundation, lip liner, lipstick, but she's never done a whole lot to her eyes. One of the reasons is probably because she wears glasses. And she was just, you know, experimenting that week or so with some eyeliner. And so we went, my dad and the guys were in the living room, and so Brooke and I went with her back in her bedroom, and I was trying to put on winged liner. I don't even know if I was winging out. I think I was just putting on liner, not even lashes. And Brooke started crying. And she was a teenager, you know, old enough for it to be something weird. You know, she just started crying because she did not want her nanny to look different. And
Oh, for the love of God. Really? One, why would you throw Brooke under the bus and tell that story and embarrass her in front of the world? And two, what the fuck is a 15-year-old doing crying over her gran trying some fucking eyeliner? That's just weird.
And you know, that is so telling. We all have our own look, and when you do something different, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And I always think it's good to experiment. But I just thought that was so telling of, I didn't like it, she didn't like it, and my mom didn't like it. It just wasn't her. And then another story, this kind of goes with fashion. Another story I can think of is I went through a lot of kind of thinking about all of this and trying different styles after I had Brooke, after I became a mom. Let's see, I had her when I was 29, and I, you know, in my late 20s was, you know, I had kind of I hate to say bad marriage, a marriage that I learned a lot from that just didn't work out up until 25 or 26. And I had been with him since I was like 19. And when I got out of that marriage, I really, really just learned so much about myself. I started feeling so much better about myself, and I feel like I felt like I looked like the best I'd looked in a while, or ever looked. You know, I felt really good. And then you go and get pregnant. I gained like 60 pounds with Brooke or more. I had the swelling, the edema. I mean, I just was so swollen. It was unbelievable. And after I had her, I lost the weight just really quick because it was basically mostly water weight. And so I kind of got into experimenting with how I wanted to look as a mom. And one particular day,
Does anybody actually do that? Really? I had my son around the same time. I was 29 when I got pregnant. And 30 when I had him. Yeah. I didn't have him and then think, oh, how am I going to look as a mum? I was thinking, how am I going to afford nappies and all the rest of it? And will my eyes ever fit back in my socket again from never having sleep because I've got a colicky baby? Who actually... I'm sorry. Narcs, I can't be doing with them. It's all about them, isn't it?
can remember just every word. My best friend Mary, that lives in West Virginia, she had come to visit, and she and I, one thing we always used to do is, oh, here's the UPS guy. We would get Brooke.
Look how excited she gets for the UPS guy. Yeah, not, oh, here comes John. No. Oh, a parcel.
All dressed up, put her in the stroller, and go to the mall or go shopping. And so that day, in a little backstory, when I met John, I drove a black Corvette. I'd always had sports cars. And then when I got pregnant, it got to be hard to get in and out of that car. And so I got my first, I think I had one four-door before this, but I got my first real four-door. I got a little white Mercedes. And so the new car, I was a new mom. I was kind of thinking, did I want to get into that whole like preppy mom thing, and I like that look so much. And that's the thing, is you can love other looks and just not feel good when you try it on yourself. And so that is what happened here, is I started.
It's all this look nonsense. It's a look, it's a vibe. It's fucking clothes and makeup is what it is. And as you grow up, you find what you like to wear, what suits you, what fits you, what's comfortable, whatever, and you buy clothes and you wear them. Not buy something because it's a look, wear it once and it's never seen again. Who does that in the real world apart from you?
Started getting the long Bermuda shorts instead of wearing my cutoff denim shorts. I, started dressing as like a mom, but I wanted to be kind of like, I had this vision of being just like a conservative, classy mom. And so one day, Mary and I and Brooke went to the mall, and I just needed to run in. I think I was running in Sears to exchange some shoes I had gotten for Brooke or something. And so I ran up there. Mary stayed in the car with Brooke. And when I got back, she said, Lisa, she said something like, Lisa, you look so pretty or something. You look so different. And I said, I do? And she said, yeah. I said, well, how do I look? When you looked at me, how did I look? And that's one thing I'm pretty good about, is I ask people, what they think. And another thing you need to think about is you can ask.
What did she say? And another thing. No, I want to know. You asked her a question. What was the fucking answer before you wander off talking about something else?
Anyone what they think, but the people you really need to pay attention to are the people that really love you. People that love you, love your heart, love you like family, and without a doubt want you to look, feel, and just be your best. That is the people that you listen to. So make sure when you are listening to advice that it is truly someone who knows how you feel. They know who you are. And so that day she said, I said, well, really? I said, how do I look? And she said, you look like a woman who has a rich husband. Exactly what she said is, you look like you have a woman that has a rich husband instead of just a hot girl with a baby. And oh my gosh, that hit me like a ton of bricks. I don't want to be the woman who looks like she has a rich husband. I wanted to be the hot girl with a baby.
Well, doesn't that tell you something? Mm-hmm.
And so right then I stopped that, that mindset. That is not what I wanted to look like. And it was kind of like a realization for me too. And I've had several things happen like that. And this is another thing that happened with Brooke. Do you guys, if you've been here with me long enough, and I will try to link a video up here, but years and years ago, I was going to the best, probably the most expensive salon here in town. And they had not talked me into, I went right along with it, but they had gotten me to the point where I was just straight bleaching my hair every time I went in. And it was platinum white blonde, and it was just horrible. I don't know what I was thinking. I can remember walking in one day and my dad said, no. And so my hair was just destroyed. And so I don't know what the chain of events were, but I ended up cutting my hair to about right here. And I think I've done that twice now. And both times, I can say that I enjoyed it. Not both times I
enjoyed it, my ass. You had a fucking paddy like no other when you had your hair cut, and whinged and whined and fucking sulked until it grew back. Enjoyed it, whatever.
I knew that I was going to be growing my hair out, but both times, it's not that I felt like I looked bad. I didn't hate it. Got rave reviews on YouTube, but I didn't feel like me. That very night that I got my hair cut, we were going out to eat that night. I think it was like a Friday night. And I had gone back to my bathroom and was like looking at my hair and maybe freshening up my makeup. And Brooke came around the corner and she just started crying. I mean, just crying. And I don't know how old she was at this time.
Are you gonna? How many times are you gonna fucking make a show of Brooke? Really? I think there's something wrong with your daughter. She's crying over her granny having fucking eyeliner and you cutting your hair. There's something amiss there.
I think she was in middle school, which was just an emotional time for Brooke anyway, and for us because it was emotional for her. It was emotional for me. I mean, like when I think back to that time, I feel like this sad feeling because it was just such a weird time. And she started crying, and I mean, she did not stop crying for days. She would start crying. She would stop for a little while and then start again. She could not hardly look at me without crying. And so we went to the restaurant, and I remember, John kind of fussing at her, quit crying, because it was kind of freaking me out too. And up comes our waitress, and she was like, oh, and she was like a young girl, and she says, you got your hair cut. And I mean, she looked at me like she was just devastated. And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh. And I mean, just, everyone, that's how they reacted. They either reacted like that, or I would get this. I can remember clear as day talking to, I think it was my friend Amanda she was at the Chanel counter at the time. And she said, you look cute. I think it looks so cute. Well, I'm not a cute girl. And it's not that I don't love cute girls. Brooke is a cute girl. I love cute girls. I know that I'm not a cute girl. I just don't have cute features. And I don't want to look cute because I know that's not me. And I'm just not a cute girl. So, those things are ways that I have.
Wow. There must be absolutely fucking nothing going on in Wilmington then. If your restaurant waitress is like, whoa, you had your hair cut. How many people live there? What do you do in your spare time? Honest to God, that's weird. The only time I've had a reaction like that is the first time I shaved my head and my daughter came in my bedroom backwards because she didn't want to look at me. That was really funny. So now every time I get my hair cut, I have to warn her so she doesn't come in the room and go, ah! But then she is autistic, so there is an excuse. Just.
I've been able to form how my signature style is. And even when I went with the dark hair was it a few years ago, or was it just a year ago? I guess it was probably about 2 years ago. I just have always loved Angelina Jolie. I think she is one of the most beautiful women in the world.
I remember that. She had a magazine with Angelina Jolie on the front, and John happened to walk past and say she's a pretty girl. So Lisa went out and got her hair dyed exactly the same colour as Angelina. And then when she came home, John looked shocked. And she was, I knew he didn't like it, so she went and got it bleached back again. Have you ever heard such nonsense in your entire life? Really? My husband looks at the telly when I'm watching some YouTube sometimes and says, oh, she's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. That's what he's saying. She's a pretty girl. That's all he's saying. He's not saying go out and fucking get your makeup like them and wear what she's wearing and do what she's doing. It's just him making a comment like he might be showing an interest in what I'm watching. That'd be the be all and end all of it. But she takes everything to heart and has to do it. And then, because he pulled a face or whatever, she decided he didn't like it, so she had to have it changed back instantly. Why she couldn't have just lived with it for a while? Myself, I think she looked at it and thought, ooh, I don't know if I like this. It wasn't John at all, it was her.
Love everything about her look.
And, before I go on, who spends this much time in thought, thinked about what they're wearing, what their personal style is, and really, who does that? Celebrities have a stylist who say, do you want this dress or that dress? And then normal people see things on sale or whatever, or they're out shopping with their mates and they see something in a window that they like. They don't sit and trawl YouTube or Instagram for fucking inspiration of a morning to know what to wear. God, she needs help.
Look, and there was a magazine, I got it, and John said something about the cover, and I said, I'm thinking about getting my hair done like that. And he said, yeah, go ahead or something. He regretted saying that so bad. So, you know me, I went like the next day and got my hair done that color. And first place I stopped was my parents. My dad said, no. Immediately told.
Ha! So that's what it was. It's because Daddy said he didn't like it. Yep. What Daddy says goes, because I got blocked, I was trying to think of the word then, by Lisa. Why? Because I told her to pay attention when she was vlogging in the car, and she took offence. But when Daddy said you really shouldn't be vlogging and driving, she stopped doing it. So well done, Daddy.
Told me. My mom just kept looking at me and she said, it looks good, it just doesn't look like you. And then when I got home, John just hated it so bad. And he is the type that he wasn't trying to be mean, but it was just like he couldn't help it. He's just so honest. And so I tried it, but I immediately just started, lightening it. That is, just a little trial and error there. And so the other day when Marty asked me, did I want to do this collaboration where we switch looks, and she said, no contour, no eyeliner, no lashes. I knew right then I was not going to like how I looked. I knew it would be fun. I knew
it would be fun. No, you didn't have fun at all. You fucking hated every living second of it, didn't you? Really? God, normal people would say, go on then. I'd have a go at putting Endora wings on and lashes and shit brown lip liner for a laugh on a YouTube video, and it wouldn't affect me for the rest of the fucking month. I wouldn't have to sit down thinking about things and worrying about stuff and what was my signature look and how I didn't feel like me because I didn't. It's just makeup. Fuck's sake. It's not the end of the world, dear.
Knew that you guys would probably enjoy, seeing me without all of those things on, but I hated it. And it's not that I need makeup to feel good. I will go without makeup any day of the week. I will go anywhere. Yesterday, I just put on face makeup and no eye makeup.
That's makeup. Going without makeup means no makeup.
I just don't like that halfway. I don't like the way my eyes look with just mascara. I just don't like it. I would rather go with no makeup at all. It's not that I feel bad without makeup. That's just not who I am. Even when I asked my mom, I sent her the picture, she was like, it looks good. You look good both ways. You just look, what did she say? It looks like a beachy look. And I understand that because it is a lighter look, but to me, a beachy look is no makeup. I just wouldn't wear any makeup to the beach. A lot of times I do wear face.
Excuse me, haven't you done makeup for the beach tutorials? Didn't you wear makeup to the pool?
Face makeup just because I feel better, and it's like sunscreen. So I want to just give you some advice on.
I don't want your advice.
Finding your personal style. And
says the woman who copies every other fucking girl on the planet. What is your style? Apart from the shit brown lip liner and the Endora wing and the fucking lashes. You copy so many people. You don't know who you are.
Feeling confident about it. And I feel like I have a lot of experience with this because of being here on YouTube. And when you're here and when you put yourself out there, you get all kinds of feedback. And it took me a long time to learn the different types of haters. There are many different types.
See, here we go. Fucking haters. If they're not kissing your hole, they're a hater. No, they're people with an opinion. Someone who says, oh, I prefer you with, isn't a hater. What is it with these fucking YouTubers? If I ever start calling people haters, will you just fucking twat me around the back of my head and wake me up? Oh, the haters, the haters. Fucking narcissists, you're all
Types
the
of
same.
haters. And I want to do a video on how to handle the haters. And I just use that word. I don't necessarily think they hate you. I just think, you know, I'm just going to call them the haters, but the negative people that insult you. And in the beginning, when someone would say something to me, I would doubt myself. You know, I would think, do I
Come on, tell me some terrible things that these haters have said. I'm curious.
look like a burnout Barbie? You know, that reminds me, when Brooke was crying about my hair, and when I had it cut short, she said, I don't like it. I don't like it. She said, all my friends tell me you look like a Barbie, and now you don't. I mean, it was just the funniest thing. And I had to laugh. But it was serious to her, and so I took it serious. But anyway, people would tell me things, and I would doubt myself. But then I would go out in the world, and I would get so many compliments. And then I would doubt myself, you know. And so I would say that is a thing too. Pay attention to the compliments that you get. Now, if I were to go out in the world and I would get compliments like, oh, you look so comfortable, or I don't know, there's just things that I don't want my style to be. And it's not saying that you don't want that to be your style, but we're finding our own individual style and what we feel best in. So if someone says to me, oh, Lisa, you look so comfortable, you look so casual and laid back, if that's not necessarily a bad thing, and I don't take it as an insult, but I make...
You do if they say it on fucking YouTube. They're a hater all of a sudden. And you're just about to say, I take a mental note of it. So it obviously bothers you. Like I keep saying, all narcs are the same. You have to have people kissing your ass, otherwise you say they're a hater. Sorry, I just got sidetracked by something on the television.
Make a note of it. That's not really how I want to look. Or if someone says to me, oh, you always look so put together and glamorous, that's the kind of compliment that I like. So I kind of, you know, I pay attention to how people react to me and the compliments that I get and who they're coming from. When I walk in my parents' house, they'll tell me. My dad will even say, I like that dress. Or he might say, that dress is a little long for you. That's not your style. Or one day he even...
Why is your dad telling you that your dress is too long? Anyone else getting skeevy vibes from that? Really? I can't imagine my husband telling my daughter that her dress is too long. If he had his way, she'd be, what do you call them things? The chastity belt. She'd be in one of them till she was 95 in a fucking baby grow type outfit that goes down to your ankles and your wrists, and there's 17 layers and nobody dare look at her. It was like the other day. She's 19 now. I don't know where the time's gone. And I said something about if she went out with her friends for a drink. And my son's like, she's going round town, I'm going with her. And I said, well, can you at least sit 2 tables away so you're not embarrassing her? And he's like, between her dad and her brother, she'll never get a boyfriend or a husband, I don't think.
said to me, and I loved this. My dad looked at me and said, you need to carry your wings out just a little bit more, just about 1/8 of an inch.
What? Your dad said You need to, really? I'm sorry. Right, I'll hold my hand up. I didn't have a dad. So is that normal behaviour? Because I had a mum who didn't give a shit and I didn't have a dad. So I don't know. Maybe my dad would have told me my dresses were too long. What the fuck? That's just weird. Fucking daughter's crying because you cut your hair and your dad's telling you your dresses are too long and your wing eyeliner's not long enough. Fucking hell.
And he was serious, and he said, listen to me, I'm telling you. And so it made me feel good that he appreciated my style. And, you know, John is the same way. He loves that I wear lashes. He loves that I wear wing liner. He doesn't like red lipstick. He makes that clear. If I have on any lipstick that is too bright pink, too red, that's not his thing. Does that keep me from doing it? No, I still do it sometimes and I still like it sometimes, but it's not how I feel best. And he knows that. He knows that's not me. And
I'm sorry. Really? I could walk into the room in a paper bag with my hair that hadn't been washed for a month and my husband would still say I look beautiful. He's insane. He needs to go to Specsavers. But he would never say, I don't like that. If I came down, like when we used to, when I was healthy and we had a life and we used to go out to the karaoke. When I came down after getting ready, he was excited to see me. Didn't matter what I was wearing or what makeup I had on. He thought I looked beautiful. I could have, the only time there was a once, I ordered some lipstick off of eBay because I thought it looked interesting and it was like a lilac-y type thing. And when I put it on, he went, oh, fucking hell, you look dead, take it off. For that, other than that, it's like, really? Does anyone else have husbands that say, I don't like you in red lipstick? If John loves you, he loves you. He should love you whether you're fucking wearing makeup, throwing up, fucking covered in chicken pox, whatever. And your dad tells you your eyeliner should be wider. Right, okay. Weird bunch, aren't they?
I think that, you know, comes into play with his opinion. With makeup, with your hair, with your outfit, you will find your own personal style. I have pretty much, you know, found my style. I know what I feel good in. I know I like wearing my little black dresses. It's easy. I found this one that I love. I bought 5 of them. I always have one clean. I can get dressed like that. I feel good. I have my little black yoga pants. I have several pair of them. And I will do a video on that, on different ways that you can look like you want to look and save time. And, you know, it just doesn't take long to perfect your look or the way you feel looking good, whether it is a dress, whether it is sweatpants, whether it is biker shorts, whether it's jeans. I don't wear jeans that often. Just, there's easy ways to do that. So I'll do another video.
I remember when she wore nothing but jeans. Jeans and graphic t-shirts. That was all she wore.
On that, because I have lots of tips on that too. You're letting yourself go.
Ooh, I can't wait for the tips.
Or you're letting people, I've had people say, you're letting people take away your sparkle, you know, you're letting people get to you. And I'm like, you know what? I have, and I haven't felt good. And it comes out in my videos. And that is another thing. The more you can be, and the happier you can be with your style and your life and who you are, just the better you will be. The better you will be to your family. The better you will be in your job. The better you will be to your children. It's just, it enhances your life in every way. So I think that is what I wanted to get across to you today, is just, if you haven't perfected that style, keep trying and pay attention to those things that
Lisa, dear, your demographics what? 30 and up? I think at 30 most women know what they like and what they don't like already. They're not still searching for themselves. They're not trying to be a mum or trying to be a wife or trying to be whatever. They're trying to be themselves. That's what people do. But I've never known anyone put so much fucking effort into getting dressed and doing makeup as she does. I don't get it. Yeah, if you're doing a get ready with me with a new palette and you're showing it, great. If you're doing something that you haven't done before, fine. But she does the same makeup all the time, yet it takes her forever. And she has to get up early and scroll through Instagram to get inspiration to get dressed. Normal people get out of bed, they look out the window, and then they get stuff out of their wardrobe or their closet and they put it on. That's what being an adult is. You should have got over all the picking things and trying to look like something else and wearing weird combinations when you were in fucking school.
I have talked about, and don't feel bad about who you are. I always think about this. Remember when Oprah used to do like makeovers, and I think like I used to love that show with Stacey London and What Not to Wear. I would just watch those over and over again because I love stuff like that. But I would always feel so sorry for some of those people, the way they talk to them or how they radically would change their look. And I think sometimes they would try to stay within that look, but they would really, I think, sometimes go too far. And a lot of times you would see they would do a where are they now? And they would go right back to their old look. Especially, I noticed like
the Barbie type looking ones. I remember watching a few of those, and it was always the blonde woman with the big boobs and the short skirts. Wasn't it, Lisa? Sort of like you a bit. And they wouldn't be told what they looked better in. So they went straight back to the bright red lipstick, the high heels and the short skirts.
older ladies who would maybe have hair that they thought was too long for an older lady. And they would cut her hair and it would just break my heart. And they would go look at her again and she would be doing her hair the same way. And she would be...
I actually have to agree with that. There's so many people saying when you get to a certain age you should cut your hair, cut your hair, cut your hair. I don't agree with that at all. I don't understand, she says with a shaved head. I don't understand what the problem is with older women having long hair if they want long hair. Really, really long grey hair doesn't look great because it's normally 75 shades of grey and it just looks a bit drab and dreary. But if, like Lisa's hair, I think it looks fine on her. I don't see what the problem is with long hair, but it seems to be a real thing I've noticed on YouTube. People saying, oh, your hair's too long. And it's like, why? Why does she have to have short hair? I don't get it.
happy. If you are happy and you feel good, that is all that matters. I used to stop by Hardee's in the mornings when I dropped Will and Brooke off at school, and I would go through Hardee's, and I know there aren't Hardee's a lot of places, but our Hardee's here in town, and I mean every one of them, is like an older person's nightclub. For some reason in the mornings it is packed full, the dining room is packed full of older couples, and like there'll be tables of men and stuff too, and they just all sit there, order breakfast, order coffee, and hang out. I think McDonald's is like that too. And I would love it when I would be in the drive-thru and there would be like couples pulling up, and they would get out of the car and you could tell the women had dressed up a little bit, their hair would be done, and the men would have on their pants with their belt and their hat a lot of times, and a lot of times they would hold hands walking up, and I just thought it was so beautiful. Who cares if her hair was too long, or maybe it was too blue, or maybe it was too red and she used a box color, or maybe her shoes were old lady shoes or something. They were so happy and they were having so much fun and they felt so good in that moment, you could tell. And I just think that that is all that matters. I just think you need to find the way that you feel the best. Experiment if you have not found that way. I think YouTube is very good for that. You know, don't compare yourself to others. What is it? Comparison is the thief of joy. Here on YouTube, it is very, very easy for me to compare myself to other channels, to other people, and it has a lot of times gotten me down. And I have to stop myself and think, I have it made. I love this. I love you guys. You guys are my friends. I have found people that I can be friends with that love all the same things I do. I have everything I could want, and I just try not to even let that bother me. In my real life, I'm not really as much into that. I don't compare myself to a lot of people. I'm not a competitive person or a jealous person, and that really helps. And, you know, I have found my own style, like with my home. It might not be like everyone else's, but I just love it here. And
I just don't get her home style at all. Nothing matches. Well, I don't necessarily things have to match, but it's like normally you walk into a home and there's some sort of cohesion with the rooms and the colours and what have you, and it's like Lisa's is like, I don't know, the thrift shop threw up in her sitting room. It was like, I caught these bits and we're keeping them. But it's the same as the long hair. It's her home, and if she's happy in it and comfortable in it, then that's great. But I don't think she is. It's like that little tiny... Is that one behind her? She bought that little tiny settee with no back. Who actually sat on that? You can't sit on it. You have to lie down on it to be comfortable at all. And then that means what? One person one end sat up uncomfortable and somebody else the other end lying down. It makes no sense. And as for the new fucking house, I read on the Gossip Bakery that she was doing a fucking video in the dining room. I knew that was going to happen. We need to move. I need the entire upstairs of the house for my YouTube career. It's going to be my kingdom, but I'm still going to have most of the bathroom downstairs and probably use John's sink when I feel like it. I'm going to have all the closet space downstairs as well when there's fucking closets upstairs. And I'm going to still come downstairs with cameras and lights and God knows what and do videos in the fucking dining room. I tell you, that man, really, what is he thinking? You asked for the upstairs, stay fucking upstairs, is what I'd say. I'd put a door at the bottom of the stairs, I'd fucking lock it once she'd gone up. And it's like, don't come down till you've done a day's work.
I don't want to live in a neighborhood where everybody is worried about what flower I put here or there, or what color I paint my door, or what is going on. You know, I just love being here. And so I've just learned a lot. I really learned a lot.
Oh, so you love being there. I thought you meant you love being on YouTube. So what was it? Because I stopped watching her. What was the hair up her hole that made her want a new house? Was anybody around and know what that was about? I remember the time she threw Brooke out of her bedroom and called 1-800-GOT-JUNK and threw everything in the bin and said she was going to have the upstairs room to record in, and then it was too hot, so she got air conditioning unit for it, but she never had an air conditioning unit up there when it was Brooke's bedroom. God no, wouldn't spend money on a child. And then she was up there for 5 minutes, painted the back wall fucking Carrie Bradshaw blue, and then was back down at the dining room table making her videos. So when she said, I want the upstairs in the house, I was like, really? That's going to last all of 10 minutes, and it looks like the fucking shine's rubbed off that already. She would drive me mad.
In my almost 50 years, and I would love to share that with you. Especially, I think I just have an extra passion for women in general. I've never been someone who just dislikes other women. That's one of the reasons I've never been able to understand the women that have been mean to me, because when I look at other women, to me, if I were to ever say, I almost feel like it's like a child. Why would you ever want to hurt a child? Why would you ever want to hurt another woman's feelings? That would destroy me. I never want to hurt anyone's feelings. And so that was hard for me to understand. And I understand a little bit more about it now. I think I took it too serious for one thing. So I guess I just want to wrap this up and say this is how I feel best. And I love trying new stuff. I don't mind going without makeup at all. I go without makeup, I wouldn't say all the time, because I love wearing makeup and I appreciate so many different looks. I just think that, there are just some people that I would hate with wing liner and lashes. I just think you have to do what looks best, how you feel best, and what goes with your vibe. And I just think feeling good about it is the main thing. If you feel good about how you look, then you just need to stick with it. So for accessories today, I decided I would just do my quintessential Lisa look. And I've got on my Sheila Fajl hoops. My curls are caught. My Dean Davidson Castle ring. This is the blue topaz. It is gorgeous. And my Kiss nails that I love, you guys. I just put on a fresh set today. That is another thing. I spent all that time searching for the nails that I like the best. I tried the acrylic. I've tried letting mine grow out. I've tried the powder. Now I found these. I love them. I feel best in them. And it's perfect. I hated sitting there getting my nails done. I hated it. Matter of fact, anytime I get a manicure, I ask them, can they do it while I'm getting a pedicure, because I hate sitting in that chair so bad. So this is just perfect for me, where other people love getting their nails done. And I could go into a whole other category on that, and I will, on different things that different people do that they enjoy. So we'll talk about that one later. And
oh, I can't wait. That sounds absolutely riveting. Shall we make an appointment, ladies?
so anything else? Oh, my fragrance today is Bobbi Brown Beach, even though it is pouring down rain outside. I wish I was at the beach. And that's it. And I just I don't have any tanner on, but I used that Tarte tanner. It is so good. That bronzer, it is such a good product. You have to try it. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. And I will see you back here on Friday. Bye-bye.
Oh, Bridgie. Beauty, style and life, bringing glamour to your everyday. Wow. So, have we decided that we're going to go off and have a think? I think thinking's in order. There's lots of thinking that we need to do about things to think about. Anywho, thanks for getting to the end with me, if you did, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.